Friday morning, we're back over here at the bamboo site. I'm fixing to get started with the machine. Stopped by the hardware store and got the screw I needed to put that block back on the side. I unhooked the mulcher cutter. I'm not even going to be using it over here. I need to push some weight over here. So the mulcher cutter is not really for big grassy areas. So I got some grassy areas in the woods right here that I'm going to be doing. Yeah, so I'm gonna cut all this right here with I got the big boy on there. So yeah. Okay, y'all, so I've had to flip the script a little bit. I had to put the job off, the 4K job that we're going to be doing. I was supposed to start it on Sunday and Monday, but I had to move it to tomorrow and Sunday, and probably a little bit on Monday, but I got to be somewhere on Monday and Tuesday, so I won't really get back over there until Wednesday. So I had to do a little bit of maneuvering around. You always got to be thinking when you're out here. And then you got that, you got labor, and then you got, all the stuff with the equipment that can go down, and anything can happen in any given moment. I got Cam's doing really good. He's over there working on area, and I'm trying to get him to, I'm teaching him about what looks good, because people don't know, kids, they don't know what looks good when they see woods and trees and growth between the trees, and they don't see anything. So what I see is 4 individual trees with growth all between them, and you need to get everything between all 4 of those trees, so to speak, and trim them up as high as you can with the hedge trimmers to where you can see the tree. So like all in here, all this growth around the bottom of these trees, I'm fixing to brush cut it, and I'm gonna hook y'all up, and this camera's just gonna run while I'm in here. And this is the job today. I was supposed to be over here yesterday, but I'm using the wide grinder cutter. This is a bad boy right here, and it's a lot wider, but it doesn't leave it nearly as good of a finish as the mulcher does. The mulcher's only 50 inches wide, so it's grassy stuff. I mean, I don't want to run those teeth down in all this grit and stuff. We'll hold the mulcher up until, tomorrow we'll be over there at the job where I'll need the mulcher. So I'm gonna hang y'all from this tree right here, and we're just gonna go with it, man. Okay, y'all, so y'all kind of see what I'm doing here. It's real rough out here. I probably would have been better off having a lawnmower, one of my old lawnmowers. I could do a much better job. This thing right here is not really designed to cut green stuff. So it doesn't want to cut every piece, and it'll rip it up, but it's not going to give you no fine cut. And most of this in here is all greenery. Over the years, I've cleaned it up little by little as far as debris, where you could just about, probably the next cut over here, we'll be able to put a lawnmower in here, because there's not hardly anything in here. It's just rough ground. And for the skid, it's just bam, bam, bam. For the lawnmower, I come here with a lawnmower, pick the deck up on about a 4 or 5, and I can get all this with a lawnmower. I've done a lot worse than this with a lawnmower. Cam's doing great, the machine's doing great, no oil leak. Ever since I put those I put bigger O-rings around that dipstick, so seems like that's gonna hold it pretty good. So I've hit some pretty big bumps up here. I really wish I had a lawnmower over here, and that's the bad thing about having a guy that doesn't have driver's license, because I would have had them pull the other truck, and we'd have a lawnmower over here. And with a lawnmower over here, you can do a lot more work, a lot more, especially if I'm on the lawnmower. But you know, if I put Cam on a lawnmower into this mess right here, you know, he might throw a belt, I might throw a belt. It's really more just to be able to get a better cut and a more detailed cut. And I could run home and get a mower, but then I got a mower hung up over here. So it'd almost be worth going and getting one for real. Because the skid's catching hell in all this mess. But and I may run home and get one, man. We got to put my pool cover on today too. So anyway, I don't know, but y'all can see how this thing just rips. It does more ripping than anything else. So I don't know. Hey, y'all, look at this. Another one right there. Look. That's the Kubota V05. Is that a 3? Yeah. That's that Kubota V05 Look at this track, man. This track right here, man. I might buy new tracks, man. Should look. This drive rotted all in here. Look at that. It's always something, y'all. It's always something, man. Hell of a day today, man. So, yeah. Okay, y'all. So, man, had a hell of a day today. These hydraulic lines, the high flow fitting that I got, it wouldn't come on, it wouldn't pop on the machine. You know, from the, and I just got the fitting 2 weeks ago, so I wasn't using the cutter, the mulcher today. I was using, you know, the other cutter, but when I got done with the other cutter, you know, I set it to the side and I was gonna hook the mulcher up for tomorrow morning, and I couldn't get it. I couldn't get the female to pop on, and it wasn't even about pressure or nothing. I took the fitting all the way out of the damn line and everything. I spent over an hour with that. Yeah. So, you know, you got to make good money doing this when things go good. If you don't, the bad times are, yeah. So I went back by the hydraulic shop and they gonna give me another one, but they didn't have any. So and they didn't have, it's like $400 fitting, and they didn't have the cash to give me the money either. And I don't know where I'd find one on Friday afternoon, 4 o'clock, you know. So I came home and I took the one off my stump grinder and put it on there and popped it on. So, I mean, I've had to move work around and everything. We got something, some family stuff coming up on Monday and Tuesday that I did not, my wife emailed me about it and I put it on my calendar, but I ain't been really even looking at the calendar since I'm not doing the lawns. I hadn't been really hardcore looking at the calendar because I cleared the next 3 weeks on the calendar. So yeah, I didn't find that out until this morning. Me and my wife were talking and we were talking, remember we got blah 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 on Monday and Tuesday. I'm like, damn, that's right. And I'd already told them people over there at the $4,000 job that I'd be there on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, or Sunday, Monday, maybe come back on Tuesday a little bit. But and I'm supposed to do the $1,000 that I owe, you know, a customer that paid me in advance. He paid me for 3 days, and I've done 2 days. I did 2 days over there for $1,000 a day, and then he wanted me to come back at a cheaper rate. I said no, and then 2 days later he texted me and said, "Hey, there's a check. I got a check for you. It's for $3K. You owe me a day over there." And I'm like, okay. So I was going to go on and, you know, even though 1,000 ain't hitting on nothing, I was going to go and do that tomorrow, and then me and Phil was going to work on Sunday and Monday over the $4,000 job. So what I did when I found out that I couldn't work Monday and Tuesday, I called the owner, the $1,000 guy, and I said, "Hey man, I'm going to put you off to next week, man." And I used the oil in the thing put me behind in every way. Why did I put you behind? Because I wasn't able to get done. Like today, I was on the job that I was supposed to do yesterday. And so, but I was still going to try to cram everything in. But then once I found out that I couldn't do that on Monday, Tuesday, I called Phil and I said, "Hey Phil, you available Saturday and Sunday instead of Sunday, Monday?" He's like, "Yeah." Then I called the people over there in the $4,000 job. I said, "Hey, can we come tomorrow and Sunday?" They're like, "Sure." So I basically just pushed the least paying one the farthest out, if that makes sense. So, I mean, you have to do that sometimes. And I mean, if he didn't want to, if he'd have said no, just give me the $1,000 back, that's what I would have done, and been glad. Because $1,000 a day to run the forestry mulcher, it ain't worth it. It ain't. I mean, it's not worth it. I'm doing a straight solid. Even at $1,500, it's not. Yeah. If anything goes wrong, you're done. So then me and Cam was getting ready to leave the bamboo site, and so I was going on and plugging all the stuff in for the mulcher, and couldn't get it on. We spent over an hour fooling with it before we left the bamboo site. Then I went straight to the damn hydraulic shop. So anyway, make a long story shorter, I went on and took the high flow fitting off the stump grinder and put it on the mulcher head and popped it on the machine. So now the mulcher head is ready to go. I ain't got to worry about plugging it in. Tell you what, I'm sore as hell from just heaving and hoeing with it. My arm, man, I feel like I've been damn digging a hole all freaking day. So, you know, it's all good until it ain't out here, and there's a lot of shit that can go wrong. Y'all saw yesterday, today. I mean, dude, I got a sob story. I don't care how much money I'm making. So I don't want to do nothing but go home and get in a jacuzzi. I mean, dude, I'm feeling it. All my shoulders and everything, man. Out here, you're steady problem solving every day. It could be a thinking thing, but with those fittings costing so much money, I didn't want to wait until, you know, past the weekend. So I was hoping they'd have one I could just get a brand new one right then and there, but they didn't have none. But he told me that they would give me one. They got some on order. That's the second time one of those fittings, the same one, done acted stupid on the machine. And there is something going on. I don't really understand everything about it, but I'm beginning to. So when I put the stump grinding fitting on, right, on the mulcher, I couldn't get it to pop on there, just like the other fitting, right? It's doing the same, kind of the same thing. So then I was worried, you know, all these things go through your head. Then I was worried, okay, is it the freaking machine? But I didn't think it was, because when I was at the hydraulic shop, he had a male in there and he stuck them on there and it wouldn't pop on there. The female that I had, that I brought him, wouldn't pop on there. So that tells me that fitting's bad. And then when I got those stump grinder one on there and I was trying to push it up on there, I couldn't get it to pop on the machine, on the skid. I'm like, what the hell, man? So what I did is I cranked the skid up and you know, engaged the hydraulics and engaged the auxiliary hydraulics, and I don't know if that might have helped or what, but I just engaged because I was like, man, something doesn't seem right. So I got out of the machine with the machine still running, the skid's still running, and of course the auxiliaries were off, and the hydraulics are off when you lift up the lap bar. And I jumped out and popped right on there. So it's frustrating not knowing all this stuff, you know. That's the biggest thing, because I don't know. I don't know what could it be. The skid steers hydraulic, the male on the skid steer on the high flow. But I've been running it all day on high flow. Come on, go, man. But I'm irritated. I'm hangry, and it, you know, goes back to, you know, making good money is a mandatory must out here when you're fooling with this stuff. I could have easily, if I wasn't Johnny on the spot and thinking about what I get. I mean, that's why I make good money, because I'm a thinker, and I've been through a lot, and those are the people that make the most money. It ain't the ones that do the work. Because when I left the bamboo site, I told Cam, I said, you stuck, because I ain't going home until I either get my money back or get another hydraulic fitting. So I said, you got to go to the hydraulic shop with me, and those are the guys that put that put the hydraulic lines on the Chinese mulcher. So I'm sore though, man, my arms and everything. And that's why I encourage you guys that are younger than I am. If you're gonna get into the skid game, you need to get on in it before you get on up there. Before you get my age. I bought my first skid when I was 50. I wish I'd have bought it when I was 40. Then I would have had all the kinks worked out by the time I got 50. But there wasn't no Ray on YouTube telling me that. Because it gets to the point with me where it doesn't, I hate to say it, it doesn't even matter how much money I'm making if it's a freaking pain in the ass. Because I got to spend my time heaving and hoeing shit. And I don't like doing that. It's ugly, man. Ugly. Well, that's what you get when you buy a Chinese mulcher, right? It ain't the mulcher, though. It's the fitting. And they showed that the fitting was bad when I went into the hydraulic shop. They couldn't get it to pop on to another fitting. So I don't know, man. So yesterday I had an oil leak with skids. Skids doing great. And today I have the fitting problem. You got to make $1,500 a day. Shit. That's my thinking. So anyway, it's Friday. skid, and everything is ready to go in the morning, so I can get over there and start knocking that thing out. We're going to be taking a lawnmower. Phil's going to take the other truck. Only thing I'm taking with me over there is a lawnmower, the mulching head, and the grapple bucket. He said something about he would pay extra to dig out some pampas grass, so I may do that, you know, after me and Phil get done doing the job. I mean, he said if you dig it out, he said $500. Will that get that dug out? I'm like, hell yeah, it'll get it dug out. So make that $4,500. I mean, you know, but let's just get over there and get started on it so we can go on and lock the job in. The job ain't locked in until you actually start on it. You know, even though I got a contract with them, you know, you ain't gonna force nobody to pay $4,000 if you ain't done any, if you ain't even showed up over there, except for to bid it. So, but they're not those type of people. So I could have my money down up front. Well, if I had to buy material or something, I would, but I ain't have to buy nothing. You know, like if it was sod or mulch or rock or dirt or anything where I had to buy something, then I probably would get some money down. But when you're talking about just the machine and labor, nah. I can make money over there, so I'm not worried about it. The bamboo site owner cut me a check too today for like what, $2,600. So yeah, I already got my money back on the cutter head. So everything that I make moving forward, minus a fitting I may have to figure out or buy, but everything else I make with this mulching head is pure profit. Well, I got to deduct the teeth that I bought, but I haven't used them yet, so you know, I got them though. I just rotated them all, so, and I didn't even use the mulcher today at all. I used the other one. So everything moving forward that you see me with that cutter head, is profit. I tell you what, Cam did a lot better than I thought he would, being on these skid jobs where you got to kind of be a little bit self-motivating, you know. And you see, when I don't know about how you guys are, but when I wake up in the morning, I don't do well if I have to fool with a bunch of stuff to get things ready to go to work. You know, this morning was about the max that I want to do, where I had to go to the hardware store and buy the screws for that block. And I got grade 8, real hard. Oh no, they're better than grade 8. They're the black ones. They're the hardest ones that hardware store has. So because the other one broke off in there, like I was saying, so I got that fixed. I got the mulching head hooked up, ready to go. Yeah, and I see a scenario tomorrow where I don't even take that mulching head off. That's why we're taking a lawnmower. Because see, even though I know some guys are going to say, a lawnmower, Ray, are you kidding me? Yeah, I'm telling you, I can do a lot with a lawnmower. I can personally. And I'm not going to let Phil run the lawnmower. But he's going to haul it. I can go up in there with one of my lawnmowers and I can do, I want to say 40% of the work with a lawnmower. So, that's a plus. But most people, when they look at stuff like that, they don't lawnmower, you know. But see, my lawnmowers are not just regular lawnmowers. They're freaking, yeah, they're all that. And I know how to maneuver. I used to cut stuff as tall as me with these lawnmowers I got. I used to. And get good money. I put a lawnmower in some shit, but see, you know, with the 12 tires and everything, I'll put that bitch to work. Lawnmower is going to save us tomorrow, because I can go through there with a lawnmower and knock stuff down that would take me a lot longer. And if I hit a rock or something, it ain't a big deal, you know. I got some old blades I'm going to bring with me in case we bend a blade. Worst case scenario is we break a belt, you know. I got a belt right there. I mean, what the lawnmower's not going to sling nothing like the skid would. It's not going to, you know. So my lawnmowers are, well, they're everything they're supposed to be. I like having them on jobs like that, and you don't know that until you are in my shoes and you've seen what these lawnmowers can do. Obviously, the lawnmower's not mulching up trees or stumps, but it'll knock down all that ivy where we can see really good. And then you can run. I mean, the mower too will also. It helps make the ground smooth after the tracks are turning everywhere. I'm stoked about doing the job. I'm just beat from the day, man, you know. I'm feeling a little bit better now that I got back home. I got my Sammy right here. It's 10 minutes to 5. You know, I ain't even ate lunch, you know. Supposed to be getting another camera. This camera's been acting a fool, so yeah, my new camera's coming today. So, all right, y'all. So, y'all know what it is, man. We're gonna try to smile, and we're gonna try to keep getting that bread, and we're gonna try not to lose our shit while we're doing it. Remember, profit after today. Everything that we do with the mulching head is profit. The Chinese $6,000 mulching head. So, I got all my money back, and actually a couple $100 more. So 3,000, yeah. I done got around $7,200. So I done got my money back plus $1,200. So with the bamboo site owner paid me too. So anyway, I gotta yeah. Deuces.